boys, it is officially day 13 of building my own tower defense game, and we have made some very solid progress so far. As you can see here, we got the waves working, we got pretty much the UI done. Now, today, we're going to be focusing on making the upgrade UI for the towers actually function, because right now, you guys can see, it's all set up, but, well, one, I can't get rid of it. It's kind of permanently stuck on the screen. Two, it's not even really correlating with anything. I could put down this guy. I can't click him. That's not going to actually upgrade him or do anything yet. So we got to actually make this system work. So that's today's plan. Stick with me for this one, guys. This one might be a long one and surely a good one. So let's get into it. All right, guys. So first thing that Gnome Code said to do is to kind of get like multiple of your towers ready to go. Now his system's going to be working a little bit more differently than like ours, because basically he starts with like a slinger and then he upgrades it to like a crossbow guy or like a archer and then like a crossbow guy. So like ours, we'll just call like, level 1, level 2. I'm not going to call the first one level 1 because it'll mess up the like, screensaver name of your character, like the one that you actually own. So I'm not going to do that. Hopefully this is going to work the way I'm planning to do it. I think that it will. But anyways, we're going to upgrade it to PPSH2, level 3, level 4, level 5. And then some of these guys, we could do kind of what Gnome Code's doing and make them kind of cool. So like the pistol guy here, we can make him the final upgrade, like a dual wielding pistol guy. For example, the knifing guy, well, I added like new animations for both of these guys, by the way, too. But this guy's going to have a pistol and a knife, and he's going to do both at the same time. So a couple different upgrades to make it a little bit more interesting. And then obviously we're going to go in here and actually like probably have to set the values of every single one of these like new damages and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be all that difficult, but it's definitely going to be something to go through and do here. So for example, let's go look at the knife guy real quick. So this way we could get just, maybe square away all these values here. So I'm sure we're gonna have to do this later in the video. We just didn't get to it yet. But anyways, what I'm saying is essentially like, well, first of all, we have the config file. We have this new like thing in here. It's called the upgrade. This is what's like gonna like direct us to the next upgrade. So it's gonna send us to level 2. So that's like every single one of these that's already done. So that's good. But range. So right here off the rip, the range of the knife fighter obviously gonna be pretty low because it is a knifer. But I think it's a little too low in the game. So I'm just gonna make this like 8. And then we can go ahead and upgrade this as time goes on throughout each and every single one of these guys. So the price to place this guy down is 75. Now, I'm not sure how the upgrade system is going to work with the price, so I'm not going to touch that yet. But the damage is 10. That's fine. Cooldown is 0.5. That's fine. Honestly, that's probably what we're going to have to do for every single one of these guys and just kind of like keep adding it up and up and up. I'm not going to touch it yet just in case there's a different method that we have to do that Gnome Code says. So I'm going to watch more of the video and I'll see you guys when we make some more progress. All right, guys, I'm going to pop in here, give you all a little bit of an update of where we're at and what's going on. Is it successful or are we having another miserable day like yesterday? Well, let's find out. So click play and nothing pops up on the left because we have set it initially to invisible, which is perfect. You obviously don't want that on the screen before, you place a unit. But anyways, put down a unit. We got the PPSH gunner here. Click him. Bang. He's right here. We got his picture, the name, the damage is all exactly actually what it is. This green stuff is not updated yet, though. Neither is the upgrade, or none of this is actually working either yet. But that is good so far, so that's cool. But you may be asking, like, okay, yeah, cool and all, but that was the one you used for your frame. Is it actually working? Well, let's find out. We'll put down operator. Boom. Damage 5, range 10, cooldown 1. It's different. And we got the name, and we got the new image. So, yes, it's working. And if you click off, then it actually goes away. There's no X button. Just click off, and it'll be gone. So, is it working? Absolutely. Is it done? Not yet. Not quite. Not quite. But it's definitely in a good spot. I'm excited to get the, like, other buttons working in here, like, the actual upgrade button. I don't know how we're going to do the values of actually upgrading. I'm sure we're going to go over that in the video soon, but we'll figure that out. And then we got the target system here. Not working yet. I think that's like episode 17 or something like that. That's not for a while, but it'll be there. And, when we get to it, we get to it. Cell is obviously something they're probably going to do this video, I would hope. But, we'll find out here soon. Anyways, guys, I mean, yeah, successful so far, but let's continue. We're not done with the video yet, but let's keep grinding. We'll see what else we could add to this episode and hopefully to the game, and hopefully it all works. Let's go. All right, guys, a few hours later, we were working on and off on this project, but we made some progress here. I'm going to show you guys where we're at now within, this day. So if we start the game up here, check this out. So you know how we were setting up the upgrade process for the towers, right? Well, let's try the M3 knife fighter guy, okay? So, you know, he's doing some damage or whatever, right? But if we click him now, it'll say upgrade $100 and it'll give you guys the new value. Now, this isn't working exactly how I wanted to because it's actually going to go up to 8. So the damage will just turn into 8. So, you know, we click it, see now it's 8 and that's at a 10 and, you know, whatever this says, so plus 4. Now, I don't really necessarily like that, but, you know, it works. Don't get me wrong, it definitely works, but that's not really what I was going for. There's 2 ways we could fix that theoretically, or, you know, maybe not theoretically, just actually do it. However, I'm not sure how we're going to go about it quite yet. So right now, like, even if I do this again, so once again here, I don't know, I must have screwed up the range on this one. I just got to increase it for the level 3 guy because I made it less than that one. But click it, it'll go to 9, it'll go to 10, and then if I upgrade him again, it's going to go to 25, range 10. And then remember we made that cool guy with the knife and gun. That's the upgraded, like, top version of him. So, like, obviously, it all works, right? But, big but here, right? We have that issue with, like, the new text on the right. So, what we could do is we go in here, scroll on up, find what we have to find, and this is where we have the plus, right? So instead of doing a plus, we could simply just go like this, potentially, kind of as like a little arrow symbol, right? And if we do that, put a little space right there, and now let's try it. Let's see what it looks like. So we'll go into the game, put down our guy, and boom. Like, does that work? I mean, yeah, it works, but does it look good in my opinion? Not really, not the best. All right, so we got a few things to figure out. So number 1, clearly the size of the text needs to be like just a little bit bigger so they could all fit in there. So let's figure that out right now. So we're gonna open this up, and I mean, you can already tell that that size is definitely a little too small. So very, very simple fix here. Hopefully, make that 0.2, make that a little bit bigger. Actually, maybe make that 0.25. Oops, 2.5, and try that. And then ideally, see these texts are, you know, just a little bit on the bigger side here. That's for sure. If we could just scale these down ever so slightly, then I think we'd be in business, guys. Because right now it's taking up the full percentage. So what if we did like 0.8 for all those? So we just copy that and then do the damage one. Same thing, guys. Nothing. Oh, it didn't save it. Classic. All right, let's copy that again. Try that again. All right, let's try that again. Try it again. And we'll go in here, go like that. Press, you know, enter, whatever. And same thing in here. Enter, and boom. Now, is this gonna work? I don't, you know, I still don't know. I still don't know, guys. It might not. But it's definitely going to have a better shot. That's for sure. So position, we could do 0.7 on that. Try that out. And see the size, we could go even 0.3 now. Make that a little bit larger. And then even, you know, maybe even 6.75 on that. Perfect. All right, now that's looking a little bit better. And then even the size of the text now, we could probably do 0.75. Okay, let's try this size here. And we're going to see how this comes out. All right, we're going to see if it works. That's the most important thing, right? Because obviously, like, in the future, there's going to be some other numbers. They're going to be a little bit more hectic than what we're using right now. So that's kind of a tad bit of a concern for us. And especially if, you know, they're on mobile. Got to check how that looks too. Looks fine. Once again, it's an iPhone 4. So don't expect it to look too great, but it's good enough. iPhone 14, looking good there too. Cool. Let's go back to HD 1080. All right, so let's hop into the game here. We just got to make sure we close this selection and then hop on in, and then we will be absolutely cooking, guys. So we'll get down our knifer, and bang, bang. Yes, that looks good. That looks really good. Now, the only thing that I would say outside of you know, what we have here is the color. Now, the cooldown, I feel like if we're going lower, like if it's like subtracting or whatever, it should probably be, yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, it should just be like red or something. But the thing is, you know, we're not doing the plus. Like, if it was like +3 and then it got us to 8, that would be pretty neat. So what we could do is we could just simply, like, I'm just trying to think of like the best way to go about this, because like, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but I mean, like, if we made it all white, would that be better? Let me know in the comments, guys. Should we make that all white? Let me know. Let me know, because I'm not 100% certain on that yet. I don't actually know how I feel about that, but we could upgrade it, make sure it all works. And then at the end, I think we got some sort of error there. I don't know what it was. I think maybe just because I spammed it. So game controller attempt to index nil with primary part. I actually don't know why that just happened, but let's just make sure that's all good. Like, it didn't break the game or anything, and he did work. I don't know why that actually happened, guys. It's kind of strange. A little bit concerning, of course. Oh, so this is probably something that maybe our boy Gnome just didn't get into yet. If you put down another one, and then now it's not working like that. So we're going to have to look into that. Maybe we'll just watch more of his video and then figure that out. But so far, so good. Let's continue with the video and try to finish up today's episode. Was it day number 13? I'm lost. It's been so many hours, but let's get after it. Let's keep grinding. Let's go. All right, guys. So I just kind of fixed this on my own. I actually didn't watch any more of the video because he actually didn't explain it. So bummer there. So we kind of just stopped. I skipped ahead a little bit, looked for any like explanation of why that might not have been working, but we figured it out on our own, so it's okay. So let's just test this out. I'll show you guys what I did here. So you guys know how some of those buttons were like disappearing. Well, in his video, he didn't do this. I set it for all three, and then down here I set it for all three false when it's done. And then this line right here could actually just go away because we just hide the button anyways, so it doesn't even really matter. So theoretically, I guess we should probably just go ahead and delete that because, well, boys, we don't really need it. Now, we don't necessarily have to delete it. I guess we could, well, actually, yeah, we do have to delete it, guys, because then there's errors that pop up. Now, the errors don't really matter, but I'm just going to delete it because we just don't need it, guys. We just don't need it. All right, we just don't need it, so let's get rid of it. All right, so what is this one right here? Stats. Oh, yeah, so this is the scrolling frame. Okay. So let me just see 100% if this works. And I also give myself some more money at the start. It's not going to be like that when we start the game. But yeah, so here we go. Damage, so from 5 to 8, and range to 8 to 10, and then cooldown 0.5 to 0.45. So boom. Good. Looks good. And then it should go to 10. Good. And then 25. Boom. Good. So cooldown 1, 25, 10. All right. Solid, guys. Solid. Now the question is, I put down this one. It works. Cool. All right. Well, there we go, guys. I mean, it would be nice to have like it'd be like a maxed thing right here. Like just it'll say maxed. That'd be pretty neat, actually. I'd like that. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be kind of nice, but it's okay. Not really necessary, honestly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and avoid that. I mean, we could probably do it. Should I try? I'm thinking about trying, guys. Thinking about trying here. Let's just give it a shot. All right, let's just give it a shot here. So this is what we're gonna have to do. Hear me out. We're gonna go into our Stutter GUI, and see, this is how you guys know I'm learning. All right, watch this. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna make this visible real quick, and it's gonna be in the stats frame, not that one, the upgrade frame right here. So what we could do is we could just have a text label called maxed, maybe, just like that. Hopefully. And we will set this up to 100%, or sorry, just 1, and that's going to be 100% of the, whole frame there, so that's cool. And then this UI corner, copy, paste it right into the maxed, so paste into, cool. And then inside of maxed, well, this is just a text label on its own, so text scaled, yep. We got to set this for Doka, cool. And then text color, white, bang, and it's got to say maxed. Okay, so now that that's all set up, we just have to do one last thing, and that's going to be make it transparent. So 1. Now it's going to be in the way like that, and that's fine for right now because we are initially going to make this invisible, okay? So let's do that for now. I mean, we actually could keep it on. Let's just see what it looks like on because this is what we're going to do, actually. So we're going to go into our game controller now. And that is going to be, so down here at the bottom, GUI.selection.upgrade frame dot, I think maxed, right? Maxed dot text, or actually, sorry, not even text. We don't even care about that. It's just maxed, and then dot visible is what we want. Visible equals true, and then initially we'll set that as false. We'll just set that up here towards the top somewhere. We'll just put that as false. Falsely, false, just false. All right, cool. Now let's go and select this visible, and boom. Let's give this a shot, see if it works. You know, I'm not gonna say it's going to, but you gotta try new things out here, right? So it's not there. All right, it's not there. That's a good sign. Step number 1, 2, 3, 4, and come on, pop up. Why is it not popping up, guys? Oh, I know why it's not popping up. Unfortunately, I know why it's not popping up, because we hide literally the whole entire thing there. So what we would have to do then is in here, we could just upgrade frame visible. So it's this one right here, guys. That's just the whole frame in general. So I'm just going to go do that to that right now. And, you know, is that pretty looking? I don't know why it has to, whatever. It's going to stay like that for right now. All right. Anyways, let's go back in here and give this a shot. So upgrade, oops. This, like the upgrade button and the number there, the money should go away, but the background shouldn't. Boom. Okay, boys. We are learning out here. We're learning. You see that? That's progress right there, guys. That's not a Gnome Codes video. That's all in my head right there. Let's go. All right, we're making some big moves out here, guys. Big moves. Now let's just make sure it works on another one. So 1, 2, 3, and maxed. Yo, that's crazy, guys. The only thing that is a little annoying, I mean, there's no way to like avoid this, but it'd be kind of nice if that would just like shifted to the right after, but oh well. Not going to sweat about that. That's fine for now. But that's really cool that that all works. That's actually really awesome. And this guy's got his own little animation for the knife and gun. Pretty cool there. Made it so it's kind of like the tactical knife, and they put the pistol over the one arm. Obviously, his one arm doesn't stretch very far, but I did as much as I could. So that looks good. Everything's working very well right now, guys. So we'll actually continue on, and I think we're going to work on showing the range of your units now. And then maybe we'll do like a whole episode of just balancing the units out. So we'll go from there. Let's get it. Alrighty, guys. Day 13 is coming to a close here, and a good close. We pretty much successfully did everything today, except, actually, hold on, let me think. I got one thing that I did not intentionally wrong, but you probably didn't get there yet. Maybe he'll find it in a future video and actually talk about it and tell us how to fix it. If not, we'll have to come back to it later on. But essentially, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Number 1, we got the range working. You guys can see that now, so that's pretty neat. If we, you know, go and upgrade this guy, the range will be pretty solid there. And then, so like that's his range, and then like you can see how much smaller that guy's range is, right? So that's definitely working. One thing that is, you know, a little bit interesting here is if that, you know, you can't place it like when it's like that. So I guess you just got to close that. I don't know. That might be a little bit of a bug that we have to go through and fix, but shouldn't be too difficult to figure that out. Or it's just really not that big of a deal, honestly. Just close it and then place your unit down. But it'll probably be something we can fix later on. Anyways, the upgrade system is working perfectly, except you guys will see here in a moment. If we go into maybe workspace here, right? And then we go into, let's see here, folks. Where is it going to be? So if we go into workplace towers and we see that there's, what, 3 in here, right? Well, for some reason, and I don't know why, but these 3 guys, right? It's considering that there's like 8 of them, right? Or every time we put down, you know, 3, there's still 4 in the map. And, you know, we both know that there's not, and we're even looking at it right now, and there's actually not. So this is why, this is actually kind of shocking to me right now, and I don't understand. But if I go and do this, watch, ready? You guys will see here, I cannot place it anymore. Player has reached max limit. So before we wrap up today's episode, day number 13, maybe we could try to fix this in a way where, you know, the max is just determined from how many things are in towers, and the limit would just be 15. So I don't know what really the big issue here is. So like, you know, you would think that we'd be able to just figure this out in about 2 seconds. So like right here, max towers is equal to 15, but this isn't working because once again, it is maybe just like not deleting the old ones. like that number just doesn't, like it only goes up. So every time we add in one of those new ones, thinks we're placing in our unit, but we're not counting for the deletion of the past ones. So I'm actually not going to worry about this today, because I feel like this is something that we're going to get into when he actually sets up the sell button and stuff like that. Surely he's going to have to get into this situation here, because I can't see how he couldn't. But that's just the one thing that we don't have fully working at the moment. Like I said, though, not too concerned. Surely we will figure that all out and get that working properly. So I just want to like kind of take a look in here though, and just like see if there's anything that would even like kind of count that up. But honestly, guys, I am not seeing anything. Oh, wait. Place towers plus, is this it right here? No, I think that's actually the one that like, that's adding on to the bottom right thing that we have. So like that's working properly, which is weird, right? Because then like, why wouldn't the other thing be working? If player dot, okay, here we go. This is where we do it. So tower dot check spawn. This is where it is, the problem is happening. And I'm, like I said, me personally, I don't think I'm going to be able to figure this out. But, we could try. Player dot placed, wait, did I spell that wrong? Placed towers. I feel like that can't be right. I feel like that there should be a D right there. Place towers dot value is less than max towers. I'm just going to try that. I just wonder. I feel like for some reason, placed towers is not a member of me. Oh, well, that's a problem. I surely thought it would have been. Where would that even be in? Honestly, I don't even really know here. Placed towers is not a valid member of player. Okay. Well, placed towers. Oops, I guess I can't do that. Well, like I said, not that big of a deal. We'll just go back in there, fix that real quick. I thought that was going to be the problem, though, because, like, that just doesn't seem right. But I guess we named that pretty much everywhere. So that's not my problem right now, I guess. Like I said, we'll figure that out later. I'm not sure what the issue with all that is. We'll fix it, though. I think that might be because we used AI for some of that. Because, like I said, we set the this like little menu up down here with AI. So that might be the problem. We'll figure it out later. All right, guys. Sorry, I lied. Day 13 is not over quite yet. I sat here for an extra couple minutes. I figured this out on my own. It took me a couple tries and a little help from AI, but I got the job done. So basically, I figured out the problem. Let me just kind of show you guys the problem right here. So it was in this, literally this line right here, 117. Basically, what happened, it was using this value here. So place towers dot value plus equal to 1. So every time we placed one, or it thinks we placed one because we upgraded one, it would just add 1 to that number. And then what we did we would only be able to like check the spawn if and like it would only go through and like we could place it if that number, even though like I said, if we were upgrading it, those all counted, right? So the problem here is that was way, it got to 15 way too quick because of those couple upgrades. And then, obviously that's less than the max towers, which is equal to 15. We already have that up at the top just defined. So what I did, thought, a little bit outside the box here, probably not a too complicated problem for most people, but for a noob like me, we did it. So I set up a local variable, which I think is the right thing to do. And then this part I didn't know how to do. So this is where I used AI to help me out. I just asked it like, how do I count the number of towers in the towers folder right here? It would, right there it would be, right? So I figured that out. Just hashtag workspace.towers get children. Easy. That's so simple, right? So then I just use that variable here. And now if I go to play the game, which let me just change one thing real quick. Let me give myself some extra money here. Let's just give ourselves like $10,000. All right, so let's play the game now. And you saw a couple errors there. Just ignore those. I don't know why that's happening, but that's just like if I spam the button, I don't even think it did it right there. Did it give me an error? No, it didn't even give me an error. So watch, if I spam the button sometimes like this, nope, it's not giving me an error. I don't know. I feel like it's like if I'm like hovering over the character. Let me try to like make it happen here like this. I don't know. I literally can't reproduce it now, so that's so weird. But anyways, that's not my... Oh, there we go. I got it right there. That was the an error of it. I don't know why. I think it's just like if you spam it, it just does that. It doesn't actually like break the game in any way or anything. It just, that's something. But anyways, let's get back to the point here. Like I said, we're trying to fix this. So I'm going to show you guys that I actually did in fact fix this. So let's get rid of all that stuff on the side there. Anyways, we we got it. So, once again, ignore the fact that all these guys are not really balanced at all. But like, as you can see here, we're at 9 out of 15 and I've upgraded every single one of these guys now. And before I was only able to upgrade like through 2 or 3 or 4 maybe. I don't even know. Not very many at all. And we could even test out adding some other type of guys down here. Now the only question is we're at 15 now, so please pray for me. Player has reached max limit. Thank God, guys, we did it. We did it. We're done. We did it. We figured it out. Day 13 is a success. And I'll see you guys on day 14. Adios.